To be joined by an Aggie legend, Jeff Fuller, here on the program. What's up, Jeff? How you doing, man?
Man, I'm fantastic. How about you guys?
Doing wonderful. Thank you so much for joining us. So I kind of want to look back and kind of work our way through your career, your time at A&M and beyond. Just take us back to why you picked A&M. Obviously, I know the family history there, but just kind of take us through what was the deciding factor.
Oh man, so I mean, obviously when I was actually being recruited as a sophomore, and I'll never forget taking that trip down there with my dad, and Coach Slocum wasn't the coach at the time, but I got to meet him, and receiving that offer was amazing. And it was my first offer, and I remember going back to McKinney, big man on campus. I was super excited. And then, other offers kind of fell afterwards, and I ended up committing somewhere else. And it was when Coach Sherman came into play. I remember me and Cyrus Gray, we always joke about who did he call first. But I'm pretty sure he gave me the first call, and I'll never forget that recruiting trip, coming down there and hanging out with Gerard Johnson, and just a lot of fun.
Jeff, let me follow that up, because I read, and tell me if this is true, you didn't start playing football till your freshman year, so you were getting calls your sophomore year. Is that all true?
Yeah. So, I mean, kind of was a hoop dreams type of guy, and I moved to Texas. I remember moving to McKinney and getting into football just starting my freshman year. I was playing basketball all before that.
So, Jeff, Olin Buchanan here. So you hear all the time about when guys are, freshmen and going into college, there's this period of transition, there's this adjustment you have to make and not to expect too much from the young. You show up freshman year, you catch 50 passes and have 9 touchdowns. Were you thinking, hey, this college thing's easy?
No, not at all. It's crazy because I remember my mindset throughout that whole process. Like, if you told me I was doing that well while I was actually in it, I wouldn't have believed it. I just remember, the attention to detail, because I was like came from a running offense in high school, and I remember Coach Sherman coming in, and it was just a pass first offense and a pro style. So there was like a lot of adjustments with cover 2 and man. And just staying in the books and learning it, and taking advantage of opportunities is really what got me there. But no, I wouldn't have expected to have so much success early. And I think a huge advantage that I had was I came in early. So I came in, I did spring ball, and kind of got like a little jump start, if that makes sense. And I definitely wasn't ready when I came in the spring.
Talking to Jeff Fuller here on TexAgs Live. Jeff, what do you remember about your dad's career? And I guess you were around for the Super Bowls, am I right?
No, I wasn't even born.
You weren't even born.
90, my dad stopped playing in '89.
Right before. Okay, so just I guess what do you remember about being told about your dad's playing days, and how much that kind of played a role in your life?
It wasn't until I would say I was in about 8th grade until it became like a huge factor, because I just remember I always wanted to play basketball. And then we moved to McKinney my freshman year, and then after starting playing ball myself and taking the official visits, you start to hear more and more about his career, and you kind of put the pieces together, especially after you played your own career. And but no, it didn't have a huge influence. I remember he was a safety, he was a defensive player, and I got to meet guys like Ronnie Lott and Montana and Rice, and which was fantastic. But at the time, I was a basketball player.
Hey, Jeff, I want to pretend here and make you the receivers coach at A&M.
Okay.
Number one, what is the advice, that you're going to give, say, some of the young receivers that are on campus? And then number two, hey, you got to go out and recruit. How are you going to sell recruits to come here as receivers?
Well, as far as talking to the guys there, I think playing receiver, just like any other position, but I think it's like an endless craft. So I would tell the receivers to continue to master your craft, every single day. I remember when we were at the point of, when I had a good season, I always remember the mindset was like, we were looking, even after a good game, it didn't feel like you had the greatest game. There were still a lot of corrections to be made. And as far as being a recruit coming to A&M, it's the best school in the country. I would tell guys, get behind the 12th man, go visit the campus, see what the culture's about. And yeah, that's what I tell them.
Jeff, not many Aggie wide receivers have reached 1,000 yards in a season. You were the first to do it. Just talk a little bit about changing the way people looked at A&M, because A&M, it's still a school that you think about running backs, right? But you were able to kind of change that perception.
Yeah. I mean, what was the question? I'm sorry.
Just about reaching 1,000 yards here in a season, and that being a milestone, and your face being attached to something that not many folks have done here at A&M.
Yeah, I didn't even know that not too many. I was the first one to reach 1,000 yards receptions. I just attest to hard work and dedication while I was there. I mean, we had guys like Gerard Johnson, who's you guys know is now the coach at the Texans. I think there was like a point in time where I felt like he was just forcing me just throwing me the ball every play. And I never forget, there were so many opportunities that it just got to the point where when the ball was in the air, I just knew I was going to have as many opportunities to make a play on it. So there was no jitters when I saw the ball up there. I just wanted to go and get it.
Hey, how good was that 2010 team?
I was I was just sitting here thinking about that earlier. Of course, when you guys gave me the text to come on the show. I mean, man, you guys have guys like Swope, who was just put in the Hall of Fame. Vaughn was there. Cyrus Gray was there. Christian Michael was there. Tannehill was there. Gerard was there.
Jeff Fuller was there.
Huh?
Jeff Fuller was there.
You were there.
I was there. Easy was there. I mean, it was a really fun time. I remember, and it's funny as I look back. Like I remember a huge influence was our strength and conditioning coach, Coach K, and I just remember we worked our butts off, and it felt like the seasons where we did well was the ones where we had high expectations for ourselves and nobody else did.
Talking to Jeff Fuller here on TexAgs Live. Jeff, what about Coach Elko and what he's trying to do here? Do you feel like we're going in the right direction?
Oh yeah, 100%. Like it's kind of cool because it just kind of like how I just mentioned. I felt like Coach Elko is kind of like he's a player's coach, and you can tell that the guys are really rallying behind him. And I think one of the greatest things is it kind of reminds me of a little bit, and I don't know if this is good or bad, but when Coach Sherman was there. Is Coach Elko O-line guy?
Defensive guy, Coach Elko.
Oh, he's a defensive guy. I think one of the biggest things was I think just being in-house, and I remember not really having a whole bunch of hype around all of us, but we were all kind of locked into the same goal, and nobody really around knew how well we were going to do. It was when we did the greatest. And I think when I look at Texas A&M right now, I can tell they're cooking something up, and I'm super excited to see what happens this season.
So what are you doing with yourself these days, Jeff?
Okay, so I'm actually a general manager at a solar company out here in Dallas.
Interesting. Doing well, thanks.
You get to check out a lot of Aggie football games on TV or in person?
Oh, yeah. So, I mean, it's funny because hopefully they invite me back again this year, but every year I try to come play in the spring game.
well, hopefully we get you
come back for the spring game one more time.
No, I was going to say, hopefully we can get you in studio next time you're in town. We'd love to have you here in person.
Oh, man, I would love that. I think last year I came to the Texas game. I did come to the Texas game last year. But yeah, I would love to come join you guys in the studio. I'd love coming to College Station.
Well, let's close with that. Just the Texas game last year, looking ahead, and you got to play in that rivalry. How much do you despise Texas as a program?
Man, I can't stand them. And you know, it's really funny because I was looking back and we got our butts beat pretty bad a couple times. But I was like, man, every single time we played them, I made sure we got in the end zone, you know? And I always took that game personal.
Hey, Jeff, man, we appreciate your time. Thank you so much for joining us. Let's do it again, all right?
Awesome. Thank you guys for having me.
Thank you so much.